So you want a new Tacoma, but you don't want to spend an arm and a leg. Well, this might be the truck for you. This is an XtraCab, so it only has 2 doors, but it's still gonna give you the iForce engine with turbocharged power, 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque from a turbocharged 4-cylinder. And I like this simple but still handsome front end here. Matte black finishings with the Toyota silver logo. We still have fog lights on this model. Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. So you have radar cruise control in here. You even have parking sensors up front on this SR5, which is pretty cool. That front air dam, you can easily remove it to get better access to some of that tow hooks or anchor points down there. But yeah, it's easy to remove. I like these aluminum wheels here. Notice the 6 lugs versus the outgoing 5 lugs. We now have disc brakes all the way around. Now, the fancier upscale models in the lineup are going to have rear coil springs. This is going to have leaf springs, and I'm going to be able to tell you how bumpy of a ride it is compared to the best riding probably of all of them, which is a Limited. Has adaptive variable suspension and upgraded. I think that might have Bilstein shocks on it too. So it's more being the basic end. I'm really interested on how it drives. We have a 6-foot bed here instead of the 5-foot bed that we see on that model equipped. A lot more real estate. The bed is now deeper than it's ever been before, and a part of that is so if you put on accessories like a tonneau cover, you can fit refrigerators and other gear underneath that tonneau cover, which is pretty neat. Folding this down, here's the thing, this is an actual lever. On that Limited, it wasn't an actual lever, it was a button like a lift gate where it lowered down. And notice it still has a nice controlled descent here. So I actually like this feature, and look how light this is. Holy cow, that was impressive. I actually like it more than the slow acting, overly automated premium liftgate over here. I like this functionality a little bit better. Nice big pipe here at the back, full tow hitch there. These can tow over, I believe, 7,000 pounds on how this one's equipped, so quite impressive. And I want to show you in the back seat because Toyota did a lot of cool stuff in this XtraCab here. So you can fold this front seat down, reveals like a hard touch anchor point, and then you have these additional pieces here that you can put a bungee cord on. These are metal, by the way, very sturdy, pretty cool. Now you have all this storage space back here where, because there are no seats back in the day, you might have jump seats back here like when I was growing up, but you have this false wall that pulls down, has a dual latch, one on each side, and then it reveals some pegboard things, so you can also put some tools back here, maybe whatever, your firearms. This is America, right? You can do all that. And then you have this additional, as I climb up over the seat, additional deep storage space right there, which is awesome. Now, I actually haven't looked under here. I'm really impressed so far with the functionality. I think I actually just locked it. Let me unlock it. Boom. Okay, so you have maybe a little floor jack there for changing your tires, which there is a spare tire underneath that 6-foot bed. But let's go ahead and get in the driver's seat and start driving the new Taco. All right, firing up this 2.4. Very smooth. Just a couple bumps and it's purring. I feel no vibrations here idle. That's impressive for a 4-cylinder engine. I do have manual seats here and they go back really far, what I call with the slidey bar action. And it's getting warm out here in California. It's chilly in the morning and it warms up pretty quickly. So let's get that AC going. There's an AC button. I'll figure it out. Auto, there we go. Just, when in doubt, just press auto. I'm still getting used to these switches, but I like having all these manual switches. There, oh, there's the fan control right over here. This has a package that has heated seats and heated steering wheel here on this SR5 grade. I do have garage control as well. Tons of headspace. We have a little sunglasses carrier here. Pretty basic materials, but I like how it's not all glossy black, so I'm not getting blinded. 8-inch screen here, which it wants me to do the Android Auto. So there we go. Got the Android Auto working. Now, I don't mind this. I don't mind this small 8-inch screen. I feel like it's still pretty high resolution. It's not quite as jaw-dropping compared to that 14-inch screen, but I like having the vents here. Really want to get the AC. I'm starting to sweat, guys. Steering wheel feels pretty good. It feels like it was taken out of the full-size Tundra, to be honest. And yeah, let's go ahead and start buckling up. I have a smaller screen over here behind the steering wheel. It might be hard for you guys to see. 7-inch screen, but to be honest, it looks pretty good. I feel like it's plenty big, and for an entry-level truck, I think it's adequate. I have all the information here. looks pretty good. I can easily turn on and off some of the driving features like proactive driving assist, which thankfully it's already off here. But yeah, nice little tachometer. You know, this screen might be a little bit more laggy with the tachometer compared to the nicer 12-inch screen, but you know what, I'm not going to complain too much about it. I like having the digital speedometer there. I have an analog fuel gauge over here and an analog temperature gauge on the other side. I love having this full-size shifter. I even have a wireless charger here, and we have high power USB chargers, USB-Cs, all these buttons behind the shifter. I don't know if you guys can see that. All of them are blanked out, which is kind of funny. You know, you're in more of a basic truck, but I'm telling you, I got heated seats, heated steering wheel. I feel very comfortable in this truck already. Nice backup camera as I pull back onto the street here. And it was pretty noisy over there, as you guys heard during the walk around with the traffic going by. I actually don't hear much traffic going by right now, which is kind of nice. I'm getting more sound insulation than I thought. And this truck also has active noise canceling across all the grades. How about that? There's some, oh, it's my bag back there hitting the plastic, but that was not a rattle from the truck. You know, the panels rattling, it's just my straps hitting the plastic. Let me move that so it's not as annoying. There we go. That's a great thing about an XtraCab. I can just reach back there into the cargo and get my stuff in order. I have, manually adjustable electronic mirrors on the side, which is great. Easy to do, very natural to do. I'm not fumbling around. Now, ride quality compared to the Limited. Well, the front end feels very smooth. The back is a bit firm with those leaf springs, but it doesn't feel any different than that like TRD Sport. It might feel slightly better actually than the TRD Sport 2019 that we drove just before this. And getting my foot into the pedal, I have so much torque. And it does a quick downshift. Holy cow. If you did this in the old V6, it would be screaming for its life just try to get up these mountain roads. It'd be gear hunting. Here's just kind of in the background. And I get a little bit of turbo hiss around 2,000 RPM when I get on and off the throttle, which is kind of fun. Look at that. Seamless response to my input. I wanted a little bit more and it get downshifted 1 gear. It's really, really responsive with this 8-speed auto. You know, the steering is pretty light. I'm a big fan of hydraulic steering. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that going on right now. It firms up a little bit as you get more into the turn or a little bit more off axis, but it's really, really light off of center, which I wish there was a way for me to firm that up here, but in such a base truck, it just, you get one steering setting. And it is pretty bumpy right there going through the tunnel. But back out to smoother road. Gosh, this is quick. This feels a lot quicker than that Limited I was in. Holy cow, a lot quicker. I'm sure it's a lot lighter than that luxurified, you know, leather laden, tech laden, fancy running boards, all that stuff that was on that 4-door Limited. You know, it didn't feel slow. It felt better than the V6 in the Limited, but this feels properly quick. And this XtraCab SR5. I was not having this much fun in that Limited, that's for sure. And it handles really well. It felt very stable there. It didn't feel like I was going to tilt or fall out. When we were driving up the mountain at much lower speeds than that, it felt like, you know, it's just, it did not want to be hustled through the turns. This is actually ready to party a little bit, which I'm surprised it did that well there and brought a smile to my face in the handling department. Now this model is in 2 high right now, of course, but I could put it into 4 high and 4 low. But there's also models, of course, with 2-wheel drive if you don't need 4x4, like the Pre-Runner, for example, is 2-wheel drive only. Cute horses. Yeah, I'm very impressed here with the new Tacoma. Much more than I was in at the Limited. There's only one Limited here at the event, and I was, oh, there goes my camera. I was very lucky to be able to drive that really early on, but this is the model, the SR5 here is impressive, and I'm very, very happy that I had such a good time. I had no expectations going into this truck being a more base model, but this one was actually quite a hoot, and it makes me excited for the pre-runner. Hopefully I can drive that guy today. Thanks guys for watching. Make sure to watch all my other Tacoma driving impressions, like the off-road drive with the manual. That was a bit scary. I've never off-roaded in a manual before, but that was a great experience. And watch my limited driving impressions and all the other models I'm able to test out here outside of LA right before the LA Auto Show. Looking at the spec sheet of that lovely SR5 XtraCab that I drove and had such a great time in. Without options, about $39,000 after destination and some options. Because I know this had the heated seats, heated steering wheel. So I don't believe that's standard here on the SR5. That's going to raise the price probably to the mid or low 40s, not 100% sure. Do like having that standard blind spot monitor on this grade though. SR5 to me was the most fun I had. I didn't actually get around to driving the base SR grade, but that was detuned a little bit. Wouldn't have been as fun. That's kind of like the budget work truck sort of thing. I'll have a walk around on that, but I didn't drive it. And then there's also the pre-runner. Yeah, I wish I would have driven the pre-runner. Just yeah, it was a busy day, and the pre-runner. Yeah, there it is. It is just a little bit less. It's about $1,300 less starting price than the SR5 that I drove in this video. The pre-runner is an XtraCab as well. It doesn't have the 4 seats, just 2-door, but the pre-runner is rear-wheel drive only. What does that do? Well, it's going to reduce the weight of the truck and, of course, the cost that we talked about, but that should make it more fun to drive. It has like a 1-inch lift in the front, but I would almost want to slam it and kind of have a modern X-Runner out of the pre-runner. But some of you guys might want to have that 4x4 for that sort of action. That's what that SR5 right here is for as well. It depends on where you live as well. If you have really crummy roads in the Midwest with potholes and everything, maybe the leaf springs are not the right choice for you. It'd be nice to have those coil springs for better on-road comfort. But for me in South Florida with smooth, perfect streets, I wouldn't mind having the leaf springs, saving a little bit of money, and having a light and simple pickup truck. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next Tacoma video.